What's up, YouTube? Today we're heading off to my friend's Nan's house as they recently had to clear out the attic and they had a whole bunch of stuff they wanted to pass on to me. So let's go and see what they got. Just do a little fit check. Like, look at this, check this out. Yeah, boy. The Puma joggers and then the Janoski shoes. Thanks, John Luke. Well, what have we got here then? First up, look at this bag. What have we got in here? Little health blender. There's Legolas in there. There's a little Call of Duty figure. You got an alien figurine. There's some Predator figures in there. Gremlins. That's cool. Have a Predator dude. Moving on over here, we've got a Scooter 2000 RC in the box. Look at this guy. He's a little bit sun damaged or color damage to him, but he's in there. Complete. He's got his little tray and he's got his remote to go with him, and then there's the little tray there, complete in the box with all the pieces. I reckon 50, 60, maybe even go 79.99 and accept an offer. These little things here are Lord of the Rings chess preparation boards, so you'd like put your pieces on here ready to play essentially. I think they go for like £5 each on eBay. Might do a bundle $15.99 or $14.99. There's this cool little thing. I reckon it's like a plug-in TV toy. So you plug them into the TV and then there's probably like a little Lord of the Rings game. Seems to be an infrared sensor or something there. Hasbro 2004. It's pretty cool. PS2 box, you're wondering? Well, it's not. It's all of the magazine figures from Lord of the Rings. Every single one, we believe. But there's Lord of the Rings in here. There's some Marvel ones in here. Dr. Octopus. There's Spider-Man in there. It's going to be fun rummaging through all of that. And then these here, it's all the Star Wars toys from the magazines. So it'd be like, boom, onto the magazine. Now, I'm either thinking, do I go through all of these and then pair the figure with the magazine that it's supposed to go with? Or do I just do a bundle of all of it, include the magazines, or even separate it and have the magazines in one place and these in another? We've got the same again for all the Lord of the Rings stuff. Every single figure, we believe. Every single one. Along with all of the magazines. Just look at it. So cool. He was just telling me about how all of these literally came from the shop up the road. That he'd buy them as a kid, keep them in the things, not want to play with them and just collect them basically, which makes it super good for us as resellers when we're trying to come in. We've got top quality stock, we know it's never been used, excellent condition. Then we got this guy. This is way bigger than I thought it was going to be. I recently sold one of these for £20 or £25, but it was about half, maybe even the third of the size of this. This is a remote control one. All his pieces are there, I just need to attach them back on. Show you on the bottom as well. And there's this one. Now, what does it say? Yeah, so this is always the thing that confuses people with the Doctor Who toys. It'll always say 1963 on there, because that's the original copyright of when Doctor Who was created from Terry Nation to BBC. But as you can see, this toy was actually made in 2010. So if you ever listen to Doctor Who stuff, just make sure to include 1963 was the copyright date, and then the actual date of the toy manufacturer. But that's a cool one. I know he's remote control. If I sold the other one for $20.25, I'll probably say $39.99 and then accept an offer. Sticking with the little figures, we've got all of these up here on the table. A nice mixture of ones that aren't in the box. Some Star Wars, some Lord of the Rings. I thought I'd sold one of these recently because I sold a very similar thing. It was a Hot Wheels version, whereas this is the actual Lucasfilm. Try and focus on that. 2006 Lucasfilm, all rights reserved. 2005 even. Along with those, we have some brand new in the box Halo Reach figures. Emil Series 1. Look at that. You've also got George and Spartan Hazop. Could do a bundle of those, could do them individually, see what they are. These are fighting coin boxes, so you actually attach them together put the coins in, and then as you press the button, they would swing around and fight each other. Seems to be a mixture of prices on eBay. They're not the craziest, most sought after things, but I reckon if you stuck both of them together, $29.99, see if someone takes an offer. As you can see as well, they do have some sun damage to them, some slight discoloration and stuff. You can try and clean that up. You can put lemon juice on them, leave them in the sun, and sometimes it can wash it off and brighten them up. But I find you do also get a little bit of a patchy color work afterwards. So I don't know if we'll do that. We'll figure it out once we come to it. There's a little Buzz Lightyear there. That one's pretty cool. We also found this Maristo 30. You open this. Typewriter. Look at that. Maristo 30 typewriter. Probably around £50 on eBay. They're sold up to 100. Some in the 20s, some in the 40s. But this is in such good condition. I reckon 50, maybe even £60. These bobbleheads here, he wants to keep for his collection. He loves bobbleheads, and he wants to keep them all for when he moves into his house. He can make a whole display of bobbleheads. Coming around here now, we've got a whole load of cards, basically. There's a load of, like, Doctor Who cards in here. Some more Doctor Who's. A few Yu-Gi-Ohs in there. There's some Topps Match Attacks cards. There's also some, what was that? Jewel Masters. That seems like some super fake Yu-Gi-Oh! I have no idea what that is. But I'm keen to look that up and check those out. What's this little thing? That's a Yu-Gi-Oh, isn't it? That's a Yu-Gi-Oh figure. That's the steam train thing. That's really cool. I'll be keeping that one for sure. Some World Cup medallions right there. I think they only go for about a £5 each. Pirates of the Caribbean Quick Strike. It's a card game. That's quite cool. Pirates of the Caribbean. Yu-Gi-Oh trading card tin with a whole variety in there again. Yu-Gi-Oh GX. What have we got in there? Some Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh, they're really cool. I'm going to be adding them to my collection for sure. Sticking them on a see-through surface. 007 spy cards. Whole tin full of them. Look at that. There's even sealed packs still in here. Sealed packs. And then he was filling this out. It looks like a case of money, doesn't it? It's actually quite cool. On brand with the James Bond. Then we also have this Microsoft Actimates interactive Barney toy. I've been told it's in there, it's complete, it works, it makes all the noises, it interacts every time Barney comes on the TV. I've seen some of these, they're like 20 to 30 pounds without the box, so I'm probably going to try for around 50 quid with the box. Moving into this one, this box is full of all kinds of stuff. We've got different trucks and toys, again I believe from magazines, different cards, different boxes of things. Some more of the Star Wars figures in here, some Yu-Gi-Oh! GX bits and bobs, top trumps, some Star Wars card games there. Whole variety of stuff. Look at that. The Terminator 3 artworks. And then into the next box, you've got all of the magazines and the binders for all of the cards. That's Doctor Who there, Lord of the Rings, more Lord of the Rings, Doctor Who. I think that's the James Bond ones in there. More Star Wars, Panini, a whole load of stuff. Magazines. Again, do I match them up with the figures or do I just sell it as a bundle? Let me know what you'd do. And just so you know, this isn't even all of it. There's plenty more to come. I'll be sure to film and document all of that. Once we get back home, it's all packed up, safe and sound. But the final pile here today, we have this Action Man F1 car. Such a cool piece. I really wanted to be able to keep this for myself, but I don't think I can. I don't have the room for it and I just can't justify it. It did come with the Action Man inside with the helmet and a racing suit. And it did used to be able to shoot this thing, but there's no rocket inside. There's no Action Man inside. We've just got the car. That does affect the value quite a bit. With the Action Man and the Rocket, you're looking at 70 to 80 pounds, but without them, I don't know, maybe having the box does it a favour. Could say around 50 quid for that one. And then there's just loads of other vintage board games and stuff. Look at these. Perfection, Ghostly Galleon, Stay Alive, Animal Smackers, Shutout, Buckaroo, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong's in there, Hangman, Connect 4. There you are, Donkey Kong. A whole load of vintage board games. Add these to my backlog that I've already got, sort them all out at once and get them all listed in one go. There's just a quick look at some of the stuff available today. I'm going to be picking it all up, taking it home, sorting through it properly. I'll let you know what it is we list it for, how much the actual true value is, and how much we end up paying for all this stuff. But if you want to see me cover more of these items in more detail, be sure to stick around to the end of this video, and I'll get into that as we go on. But for a first look, I think we're going to do pretty well off of this, guys. It's going to be a big haul to bring home, but once we do, we're looking golden. And we're back. So it's been about a month since that last bit of footage was filmed. We went and picked up all that stuff. They very gratefully put it in their cars, and I didn't have to use IKEA bags to carry it all home. We got it all in, they cleared off, did what they needed to do, and then I've been working through the stock. Firstly, I approached all the stuff that was like big, because I also had some like large items myself, so it went perfectly to just get all of the big stuff done, listed, so I can sell it and free up the space again, basically, because I don't actually want to be picking up like large items just because of it's going to use up so much room in such a short amount of time. And you may be able to see behind me that I'm trying to improve on my stock storage, so I'm trying to like maximize for space, and like even this isn't maximized for space. There's so much like of an empty gap between the shelves. Like on these I can only fit 3 boxes, but on these I can fit 4, and I don't really understand why. I think I just measured the boxes a bit wrong, because I was going to pay for the boxes as well. That's another thing. I was going to pay, I can't remember what it was, like 45 quid or something for 25 long boxes. And then I was just like, I can't justify doing this. It just feels wrong. So I found someone up the top of the road throwing away, where they'd recently bought a trampoline and they were throwing away the box. So I was like, right, cool, that's mine. Took the trampoline box home, measured it all out. Basically, they work as perfect boxes to fit on the shelf. Look, someone's old trampoline, bit of tape, slots in perfectly. Might need to update the tape on it every now and then, but jobs are good. But I'm going on a tangent at this point. Let me get back to what it is we're actually here to talk about. Sorry, distracted again. Have this set up from yesterday as it's today's listings, basically. There's a bunch that I've already photographed that I need to continue, and then these are all the ones that I need to photograph today, and we'll get them listed. 20 went up yesterday, 20 will be going up today. That's the new standard for me now. 20 listings a day, boy. But yes, the deal from my friend's Nan's house. All of that stock, really cool. I haven't got around to all of it yet. I'm still working my way through bits. So instead of me paying for the stock, because I didn't have a lot of like cash on hand at the time, and they weren't really desperate for the cash or anything, we decided to do like a 50-50 split. And because he's my mate, I was happy to do it, you know. He's not going to turn into my boss or anything and be like demanding me to sell a certain amount each day or anything like that. So a really casual setup, but we split it 50-50 after the fees, after the postage is covered. So the stock is essentially free to me. I do the work of cleaning it up, getting it listed, the research, storing it, posting it, packing it, all that stuff. And then, yeah, we split it after that. I don't really want to grow my business based on a consignment basis. I'm realizing that it's going to mess up the numbers in quite a weird way, because like the total sales figures won't actually represent what I'm bringing home. Like there'll be another deduction splitting that. And I'm sure there's a way to work this out, because people do consignment all the time. But for me, as I move into the future, I want to make sure I'm in control of my own stock as much as possible, and then not like take consignment deals because I want to bite off more than I can actually chew, if that makes sense. Like, there's no point in taking in consignment stock for it to just sit because I can't get to it, because there's also so much other stock I need to process at the same time. And I'm kind of learning this all in a haste, you know. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be like the #1 reseller or anything. I'm figuring this out as I go, and I'm sure you're making human mistakes just like me. But we have sold some of the stuff. Literally this morning I accepted an offer on that Action Man car. I had it listed up for £49.99. I accepted an offer for £40. I think it's going GSP, but I'm not quite sure. So I'm happy with that. There was also those Del Padro toys that were like from a magazine, but they were like these little red trucks, like red fire engines. I think we sold both of those, or it might have just been one, I can't remember. I think we sold it for £17.99, or it might have been £19.99, so I was happy with that. There's also this little like game toy thing that you like scan cars with. I listed that and it sold pretty much overnight for the full asking price. There's also a load of stuff that you didn't even see in that first original bit of footage. So after we filmed that, I went upstairs and there was even more to go through. But as I was sort of entering their personal space and stuff, I didn't really want to whack the camera out and start filming it like in their bedroom or whatever. Just felt a bit inappropriate, so thought I'd wait until we get home, go through it all now, even though it's a month later. But it kind of works out because now I can tell you what's actually sold already, and a few things have. So as you can see, it just through here, there's Stallone's First Blood there, a load of movies essentially, and they're not VHS, they're pre-VHS on a thing called a Betamax. And now there's a whole load of tapes. One of them's like an alternate cover version of Freddy's Revenge Nightmare on Elm Street. I've got that for like 60 quid. There was also like a Shogun Assassin movie or something like that. I think that was worth like £150. There were some crazy titles in there. But again, it was like new for me. I'm still learning about it. And they also had a Betamax player. They said they got it out. They had it for like 2 weeks and then put it back in the box. I've got that in another room. Right, let's go in the other room and I'll show you what I'm talking about. The other room, the infamous second room. So I don't know if you remember, but I actually filmed a video in here before where I was talking about Whatnot. I originally cleared this room out so that I could do Whatnot shows in it, and then we realised the internet signal was so bad in here that it was impossible to host a show. People were just dropping out left, right and centre. So we fixed all those issues now. Everything's as smooth as a whistle. But now it kind of has this mess in here, some stock left over here, some washing, things that need to be categorized or sold on Whatnot. I think this is a petite bag. I think this is kids' school clothes down here. All of these are clothing we've sorted out from the big bundle deal. If you haven't seen that video already, I did a massive clothing deal. Got so much stock. I've been sorting through what's good for eBay, what I want to go on Whatnot. This is all the eBay stuff, so I'm just working through all the boxes. There's 3 tubs in the other room already. Then over here, I've got all the big items. So like all the large stuff that you were just seeing, like the Barney, and I've got this telescope from the charity shop, some shovels, that big RC robot. We actually sold the Action Man today for £40. Then there's that Dalek that we saw before. It was actually worth quite a lot more than I originally anticipated. There's one in the original box on eBay for £250, and I think that's just a bit of a stretch. I think I had him up for £69.99 and people were slowly getting interested, so I'm going to drop the price and get him moved on. Here's all of the Star Wars stuff and Lord of the Rings stuff, and then down there, look, there's the Betamax. I won't get him out because all of this is quite heavy, but I just wanted to show you the box itself. The Betamax is in there. I've seen the player itself selling on eBay for like £150, just the player without the original box, without cables. So the player with the original box, with the cables, might chuck in a few tapes with it as well. 200, maybe 250 on a good day. Let's see what we can get for it. There's also so much more in here as well. I'm sorry I didn't prepare better for this video. I don't want to start moving everything around. I just wanted to hop on and film something for you guys. But you might be able to see in here, there's a load of like Sinclair, Spectrum games, Commodore 64 games, stuff like that. Sorry, it's a little bit dirty to see. And in there is a Commodore 64, there's a Sinclair system, there's like Atari joysticks. There's so much stuff. And my friend's going to come over and help me test some of it because he's a bit more of an expert on the electrical side of things. And then the bit I don't really want to show you, all the stuff I've rammed in a corner because I don't really want to deal with it right now. Again, electrical stuff that needs to be tested. Some of it's worth decent value, like that little clock in there. That's a vintage Woolworths one. This goes for around 25 quid. This has some good value as well. I think it go up to like £50. There's another one in there, the Wacky Races one. Even the cars alone go for like £25 each. So I need to get my friend over here. We'll get all this stuff tested and then we'll get it listed. But I'm not making this video to like brag or anything like that. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm just trying to show you like what it is I'm doing, how I'm growing. I realize I haven't been as consistent with making videos and stuff recently. So there's probably more gaps in the journey than I actually want to have. So I'm trying to share a bit more. I thought this kind of video would be a bit more freestyle, me just saying off the top of my head. I didn't really plan anything beforehand other than like going there and picking up the stock, of course. So I'm sorry if this video's turned into a bit of a mess on the second half. My plan now is to sit down, get all those cars on the table photographed, get them listed, pack all my orders, go and post them, come back, get another 20 items photographed, scheduled for tomorrow basically. Or not scheduled, but set as drafts so I can make them go live tomorrow. These bad boys right here. But what do you think of the new setup as well? Recently moved everything around. Used to have the table in the middle bit here and like the shelving over there and stuff. But now I've utilized all the shelving I possibly can. All the non-clothing, hard goods over there in crates, tubs, getting organized. All the clothing slowly filling up here. Here's just some void stuff that needs to be listed and then storage. Got some shoes that are listed there. Some like small bits and bobs in here. That's just a random accumulation of cars. Obviously all my clothing there. The new photo station for clothing. And then in there, look, there's even more stock and stuff to go through. But I've been saving that for another video. So if you want to see what's in there fully, stick around. Yeah, I want to start being more consistent with the videos. Making sure I'm actually getting them out each and every week. Whatnot's been crazy. We've been doing streams on there. And that's kind of taken up a lot of time as well. Got other bits and bobs going on, doing editing for different people. And yeah, it's just a bit of a madhouse trying to stay on top of everything all at once while also trying to grow the business, moving from 10 listings to 20 listings a day and still have a life. Like, it can be difficult. It can be really difficult. I'm anyone who's doing reselling or just working for yourself in general, there's something different about us. Like, I don't know what it is or about you. Like, you got to put up with some shit, man. You got to be resilient through this. Like, there's highs, there's lows. And when it's low and you're on your own and you're left to your own thoughts because there's no one actually here in this room with you, you're just stewing, like looking at stock or trying to do more listings. Like, we got to reach out to each other. We've got to connect. Like, that's why I want to make videos and share what it is I'm doing, because I felt really lonely when I first started doing this. Like, watching other people's videos really helped me. So if I can make videos, continue spreading that cycle, it's just going to help other people feel good about it. So if you're out there, you're doing the right thing, just keep plodding along. Make sure you're trying to learn about how to actually improve. Don't kid yourself. Like, if something isn't working, try and fix it. Yeah, I'm not here to preach. I'm just here to share what's on my mind. But thank you very much for joining me. I'm sorry this video has been a bit messy. Hope you're having a good day. Take it steady. See you in the next one. Peace.